was such muggy weather in spring in Washington. When you sit there, it's pretty. I brought my pocket atlas, Mr. President, and I do not believe we can have a serious conversation without taking into account the geography. It's been a long time since Mr. Bush was in Washington.
His Majesty was very nice to our son George when he was there one time with General Walters. We were grateful.
We have 3 ways.
That's right.
Votre Majesté, est-ce que vous avez des chevaux avec vous?
Oh non, c'est interdit de rentrer des chevaux avant la quarantaine. Et puis il y a de très bons chevaux aux États-Unis. Vous avez du reste les meilleurs pur sang arabes, les plus purs, aux États-Unis.
In this country, we have the best, the purest Arab thoroughbreds.
It has become, Your Majesty, a big thing in the horse breeding industry in America.
C'est devenu un secteur très important.
Yes.
So we have another one.
À mon avis, il faudrait défalquer la temps, laisser à la presse du temps qu'ils vont faire pour les autres.
I think you should make an allowance for the time when you go to the press and not include that in the time you allotted to our meeting.
Eh oui,
It's unfair.
Hey, John.
مرة يقول عشان الملكية.
لا 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 الله يهديه وين يحكم هو هنا وين لا يدو
Allons, allons. Oh, 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 oh. Watch the horse, huh? Watch the horses. Watch the horses.
Is that on the horses?
He got a car coming now and a horse. Watch out. Run over. Careful.
His Majesty, King Hassan II of Morocco, who we met this morning and was my guest at luncheon. He's a firm friend of the United States. His working visit to Washington gives us an opportunity to build on 2 centuries of cordial diplomatic relations between our 2 countries. It's a real personal privilege and pleasure to have His Majesty as our guest. King Hassan is the leader of a great nation at the crossroads of 2 continents lying on NATO's southern flank at the entrance to the Mediterranean. It has deep ties to Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and the whole Islamic world. We therefore discuss not only bilateral relations, but a wide range of regional and global issues. I deeply value the depth of experience and breadth of vision that His Majesty brings to the issues of profound mutual concern. His Majesty briefed me on the latest developments in his efforts to reach a peaceful settlement of the conflict in the Western Sahara, and I expressed my admiration for his support of the OAU, Organization of African Unity, referendum. We discussed opportunities for continued progress in the Middle East and agreed to continue a strategic dialogue on security issues. We reviewed the progress that we've achieved in augmenting our bilateral relations. The Binational Committee for Economic Relations that Secretary Baldrige chaired last January, the Joint Military Commission that held its first meeting last month, and the agreement establishing a binational commission for cultural and education exchange that Secretary Haig signed in Morocco in February. We considered other opportunities for closer cooperation between our 2 countries in private investment, trade, and other areas. And I expressed to His Majesty the great value the United States places on cooperation with him and on friendship with Morocco, a country that stood with us at our independence, fought at our side during the Second World War, and joins with us today in the quest for world peace and security. Your Majesty, we're honored to have you here, and we bid you welcome.
Mr. President, I shall try to be understood against and even my very bad English, but I shall try to speak the language of the heart to thank you very deeply, you and your government and your people, for your hospitality. And I can assure you that from yesterday in the afternoon still now, I really felt that I was between very strong and loyal friends. Naturally, the nature of the problems of the United States and the nature of our problems in Morocco, they have not the same volume, and they are not at the same level. But the nature is the same. Our problems, like yours problems, are to live in the dignity in the freedom and in the way of life which our people chose for themselves, and for the future. A big ocean is between United States and Morocco. But we must, each day, after each day, we must try to build a bridge of solidarity and understanding. We can, or you could sometime, you and I, have not the same analysis or the same position for one punctual situation in the world. That is the sign of your independence and our independence, and the sign of our free exercise of our sovereignty, as you are free to exercise your sovereignty. But the important is to see and to know that always, as before, Moroccan people and American people are ready and will be ready always to fight for the same ideal and to mix their blood for the dignity of man and the freedom of the countries. Again, Mr. President, I thank you very warmly for your hospitality, and I wish for your country prosperity and glory, and for yourself health and success. Thank you.
That's just fine. Thank you very much. Well, we should be part. Now, you've all heard what you've got to talk
Bring back the ones that aren't.
Our meeting today with King Hassan and the delegation is an important milestone along the road toward a common objective, a just and lasting peace in the Middle East. His Majesty King Hassan and his colleagues were forthright and helpful to us in clarifying the positions of the Arab League adopted last month in Fez, Morocco. I've clarified for His Majesty and the delegation a number of points concerning the peace initiative that I announced September 1st. We listened to one another's views in spirit of goodwill, understanding, and mutual respect. Peace in the Middle East means achieving security for all the states in that troubled region, security for the Arab states, and security for Israel, and a sense of identity for the Palestinian people. We must pursue these goals rigorously, thoughtfully, and in close consultation with all here. And like our guests today, we all share the hope of peace. Our mutual goal of peace and the road to it lies through a negotiating process, which I hope can be resumed in the very near future. I hope they realize, all the delegation and His Majesty, how welcome they are here in the United States and how much we appreciate their coming here.
اجتماعنا اليوم مع جلالة الملك الحسن والوفد المرافق له كان معلما هاما في الطريق نحو هدفنا المشترك لتحقيق سلام عادل ودائم في الشرق الأوسط. لقد كان جلالة الملك الحسن وزملاؤه صريحين معنا في توضيح المواقف التي تبناها مؤتمر القمة العربية في مدينة فاس بالمغرب في الشهر الماضي، ولقد أوضحت لجلالته ولأعضاء الوفد المرافق لجلالته عددا من النقاط المتعلقة بمبادرة السلام التي أعلنتها في الأول من شهر سبتمبر الماضي. لقد سمع كل منا آراء الآخر بروح من النية الحسنة والتفهم والاحترام المتبادل. إن السلام في الشرق الأوسط يعني تحقيق الأمن لجميع دول تلك المنطقة المضطربة، وكذلك الأمن للبلدان العربية والأمن لإسرائيل، ويعني أيضا شعورا بالهوية للشعب الفلسطيني. يجب علينا أن نسعى إلى الوصول إلى هذه الأهداف بهمة وتمعن وبالتشاور الوثيق مع كل الموجودين هنا مثل ضيوفنا اليوم الذين يشاركوننا الأمل في تحقيق السلام. إن هدفنا المشترك هو السلام، وإن الطريق نحو السلام هو بواسطة عملية التفاوض التي آمل أن نواصلها في المستقبل القريب. ومرة أخرى إنني أرحب بجلالة الملك الحسن وبالوفد المرافق له هنا في الولايات المتحدة.
step by step جملة بجملة. فخامة الرئيس،
Mr. President,
إنني ورفاقي
I and my colleagues,
أؤكد لكم
I would like to assure you,
شكرنا
would like to
على
express our
حسن
gratitude
على حسن الاقتبال
for this wonderful reception we received today
وكريم الضيافة
and the hospitality
اللذين حظينا بهما.
which we have received here today.
كما نشكركم
We also would like to thank you
على العمق وحسن النية
for the depth and the goodwill
التي لاقيناها فيكم
which we have witnessed here today
ونحن نستعرض أمامكم
as we reviewed with you
مطامح العرب
the hopes of the Arabs
وأهدافهم
and their objectives,
ألا وهو السلم
which is peace,
في العدل
peace with justice
والكرامة.
and dignity.
وإنني أعتقد شخصيا
I personally believe
أننا سنجد
that we will find
في إطار التوصية رقم 242
in the framework of the Security Council Resolution number 242
وفي 338
and in 338
وفي برنامجكم للسلام
and your program, your plan for peace,
وفي مقررات مؤتمر فاس
and the decisions of the Fez conference,
سنجد في كل هذا
we will find in all these
ما سيطوي المراحل ويربح الوقت
which will save us a lot of time
للوصول إلى هدفنا النبيل
in order to achieve our noble aim and objective,
ألا وهو السلم والتساكن والبناء
which is peace and coexistence and construction
لمصلحة المنطقة
for the welfare of the region
والبشرية جمعاء.
and whole mankind.
وشكرا لكم مرة أخرى فخامة الرئيس.
Thank you very much again, Mr. President.
It's been great tonight. See you again.
Please, stand.